So the Constitution is a great thing. It set up a fair form of government, and you can't be free without justice. And it set up the rules which the government to work, creating boundaries for state government laws and federal government laws. And it also gave us the Bill of Rights, which gives us all our individual liberties and freedoms that we still have today. So what was up with the anti-federalists? Why didn't they want this Constitution? Well, they wanted a weaker form of centralized government because they feared that the nation was too large for the national government to respond to the concerns of the people on a state and local basis. But I think that in order to have a strong union, we needed a centralized form of government that could coincide with the state government. Alright, and then the Federalist Papers. The Federalist Papers were one of the most important series of essays ever written in the history of the United States, and the main goal of these papers was to persuade states to ratify the Constitution. And like Federalist Paper 10, it wasn't about what the Constitution was, but why we need the Constitution. And factions were constantly mentioned throughout that, and Madison says that factions are inevitable to form in society, and that liberty is to faction what air is to fire, an ailment without which it instantly expires. It's a pretty good rhyme, too. And then the Constitution kind of came in and took out the Articles of Confederation that was only there for a couple of years. The Articles of Confederation was like pretty trash article. One of the worst articles I've seen. It gave the national government barely any power and gave the states power to do stuff that they shouldn't. But then in 1787, in the Constitutional Convention, the Constitution saved us all and created the three branches of government: the legislative, which makes the laws; the executive, which enforces the laws; and the judicial, which interprets the laws. And the Constitution embodies these principles of limited government and the separation of powers, which is just basically that there are three branches of government, each with its own powers and duties, and with the checks and balances that each branch checks the powers of the other two branches. So that's why the Constitution is a good thing.
Hi, I'm a Federalist, and I support the Constitution. And if television had been around, I'd have DirecTV. Oh, hey, what's up, bros? I'm an anti-Federalist. I don't support the Constitution. I wear tanks all year round. And, if television had been around, I'd have cable. So basically, this James Madison guy is saying that the three branches of government allow us to have liberty, because as citizens, we'd be voting for each of the people in each of the three branches, being the executive, legislative, and judicial. I don't really care who's in office, as long as the central government isn't too strong and everyone can see my mad gains. Don't be like this, me. Vote for liberty and vote for the Constitution.
I'm a Federalist, and I'm in favor of the Constitution.
I'm an anti-federalist, and I hate the Constitution.
I propose a judiciary branch that puts checks on the legislative and executive branch, while vice versa being checked by the legislative and executive.
I propose a strong state government to where we try to totally bankrupt the national government because they do us no good.
I believe the Constitution will be the fundamental law of the land, and that our judges will ensure that all these laws cooperate with the Constitution.
I believe states can and will do as they please, even if it involves war with other states.
I believe that the judicial branch will not make laws, but instead decide if these laws are constitutional or not.
I believe that no individual should vote on a law after the law has been already passed by Congress.
Stay American, stay Federalist, and support the Constitution.